out of Salt Lake here. We're gonna do a Fit in 15 workout today. Here we go. We're gonna start out with the 1 minute of toe touches. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. So nice and steady, guys. So you get that little stretch at the top. Okay. I'm gonna show it from this 3/4 view so it's a little bit easier, but you should probably face so that your hands can come right in between your seats just like that, okay? So pick a pace that's comfortable for you. This is meant to be done by everybody. If you want to find variations that make this a little bit harder, that's fine, okay? We'll try to show you as many as we can. Make sure you're not bending your legs. If you can't touch your toes, that's not a big deal. Keep those legs nice and straight because we want to get that stretch on the back half, the posterior chain, which is your hamstrings and your glutes. Got about 15 seconds left on this one. Now we're going to be moving to the seated spinal extensions. Okay? Go ahead and take a seat. We're going to go right into it, okay? And a little bit wide with those feet. I'm going to keep my hands right here. You can go up above. I'm just going to keep them right on my ribs, concentrating on a good flat back. If you start to feel your back round out, then don't go quite as low, okay? I also like to think big chest. You're gonna think chest out, butt out is how I like to think, and that's gonna help me keep my back nice and flat. Again, going at your own pace. If you feel like you need to take a small breather, don't hesitate, take a small sip of water, kind of get yourself back in as quick as you can, guys. About 20 seconds left on this one. Concentrate on kind of keeping that weight back towards the hips. You'll get a better stretch out of the lower back and hamstring area, okay? All right, next movement we're going into are gonna be those seated spinal twists, okay? So you can choose whatever direction you wanna go. We're gonna hold it for just a half a second on that back half every single time. Nice and steady pace, guys. Don't rush this one. Anytime you're kind of turning left and right, don't rush it. We want to make sure we're not hurting ourselves. We just want to get you moving. And then as we go along in this program, things will get harder and more challenging. And you might feel a little bit more comfortable doing some of these movements quicker. But to start out, you just gotta go nice and steady. Don't feel like you need to follow my pace either. Your pace is the best pace. Whatever you can do is all we're looking for. Got a little under 10 seconds on this one. The next movement's gonna be bicycle kicks. I'm gonna show it in the seated position, guys. Here we go, bicycles. I'm gonna go hands behind my head, bringing those knees up, and try to turn that elbow to touch that knee if you can. If you can't, not a big deal. Just get them as close as you can, okay? Again, nice and steady. You are doing a spinal turn still, so kind of keep that nice and steady. Don't rush this. Kind of, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can kind of hold your knee to your elbow just for like a half a second. Engage that core really tight. Got about 20 seconds on this one left, guys. Good, keep this up. We got a 2-minute rest in between this. Got about 5 seconds. Give me 1 or 2 more, guys. And go ahead and rest. We're gonna have a 2-minute rest, guys. 2-minute rest. bringing those knees up as high as you can. All right. If you want, you can kind of pump the arms to go with it. You want to try to get that heart rate up a little bit higher. Make sure you're sitting upright. Okay, don't slouch or anything like this. Stay nice and tight. Keep that core activated. Like I said, put your arms up here. Good tight core, guys. Nice and good form. Keeping these knees up as high as you can. Got about 15 seconds on this one. 15 seconds and then we'll be done with this movement. Next movement is the Russian twist. So I'll show this one seated as well, okay? I'll always show the easier variation to make sure I can, because everybody knows what a Russian twist is, kind of knows how to do it if they need the harder one. All right, so I'm gonna sit back a little bit. I'm gonna lean back just a little bit, kind of in a half sit up. Now I'm just gonna turn and touch on each side. Again, nice and controlled, nothing too crazy or fast. I like to cross my legs. Try not to let your legs just throw all over the place, okay? Keep them nice and steady. Make your core keep you stable. That's what this workout's all about, is core. We're about halfway through. Looking good, guys. Keep this up. Also, make sure you're turning, like your shoulders and stuff. Don't just reach. It's not supposed to be like this. I want to look over that shoulder as you turn, and that'll force your abs to do some more work. You got less than 5 seconds. Next one's going to be RDLs, guys. You can do this one standing, or you could do it off the bench like we did before. But this is one where you're going to hinge at the waist, just like this. Apologize for cutting off my head. But if you want to do it seated, if it felt like that was challenging for you, do it seated again, or not. You can do this standing as well, like I'm doing it right now. You can also, like I try to think big chest again, guys. You can kind of put your hands behind your head if you want. That'll force you to open up your chest. I usually just like to throw them on my ribs right here. I don't know why, it just kind of feels the most natural for me. The other thing you can do to make sure you're doing this form correctly is if you put your hands on your stomach, then you should be kind of pinching your hand between your thigh and your stomach at the bottom portion, okay? Notice I'm not just leaning forward. Like I want to push my hips back so my hands get creased in between. Like if you put your hands right where your hips bend, they should get pinched between your thighs and your stomach, okay? Okay, we're gonna go into the thoracic rotation. So we're gonna be on all fours on the beds, okay? We're gonna go 30 seconds one way, then 30 seconds the other way, okay? So I'm gonna go here, just kind of 30 seconds on each side. Concentrating on bringing that elbow down to the bed and reaching it across a little bit, and then getting good into that starting position, good flat back. Go ahead and switch the side. So my head's going to be turning away from you, so I apologize if you can't hear. Nice and steady, guys. Give it a good tight core, flat back. Got about 5 seconds. And rest. All right, guys, so that's the workout for the day. I'm going to show you just a couple of stretches to kind of cool down. Take you about a minute and a half or so. I'll just show them to you, won't lead you through it. You can do them at your own pace for as long as you want. So we'll go ahead and just kind of do I call it like a glute stretch. Okay, you're just going to kind of take this leg, bring it up. You can cross it over if you want to make it a little bit deeper. You should feel it like right on the outside of the hip. Or not, if not, you can just kind of lean back with it, pulling it nice and tight to the chest area. Go both sides. We'll kind of do that same movement that we did with the turns and right here. We're going to do this one, but we're going to do it for a stretch now. So from here, you're just kind of turning. You'll hold it nice and deep. Hold it about 30 seconds each side, okay? Just like this. Nice and deep stretch. As you breathe, try to make it a little bit deeper. As long as you're not feeling pain, that's the big thing. And then for the last one, we'll go with a good old just like a toe touch stretch. Okay, we did this movement as well. We'll do it as a stretch again. So right here, boom, just down, touching these toes as much as you can. You can also do it off the bed. Okay, you're just gonna be seated here. Legs will be straight off the bed, just like this, kind of at a 45-degree angle off the bed. And I'm just gonna go down and touch from there. If you can't touch your toes, that's fine. Don't bend the knees in order to touch the toes. Keep the knees straight because we wanna hit that hamstring area. All right, guys. So that was a phase 2 workout, week 2, day 1. Good job, today, guys.